Okay, guys, we are back live on Facebook. So again, hopefully you are now tuning in. Again, let me do the usual, get ready on my Facebook, just to get that up and running there. So bear with me one moment. All the usual things, again, show us the love. So use the thumbs up, the hearts, the wow, share this video, because again, the messages are valuable and people need to hear them, right? They need to hear these messages. So make sure you keep sharing these. Put your comments in there as well. Again, Gabriella is live on Zoom. So if there's any comments at the end of the session, if we've got time before Ronnie's session at 1 o'clock, because that's live, and like 1 o'clock, 1:30 and 2 o'clock, we've got to be really on the ball before the speaker Q&A session at 2:30. But engage in the Facebook feed, right? Engage in there, share us, tell us what you think, ask questions, share it again with other people. Just again, show us some love, right? This is information that needs to be shared with everybody. So, hey, Janet, thanks for tuning back in. Violetta, I know Gabriella is one of your best friends, so glad you're here. Gabriella, obviously Jay, and many other people. So make sure you share this with others. So Gabriella's purpose is to help women and men who know the feeling of being a victim to change it to one of a victor. Right? By choosing to take control, redesign their life and change their thinking to a free, happy and harmonious life. Now, Gabriella moved much like myself. She moved from Europe to the US, but she's a recent import, so 2019, and she's opened a non-profit called I Choose I Am Not a Victim, which is a phenomenal thing to do. And I'm looking forward to working more with Gabriella in the coming months and years. So let's get to Gabriella's presentation, and we'll do this. And so we may have some time for a little bit of questions afterwards. So keep sharing those and we'll get to those.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you today? Or how was your day? I hope you have an incredible time with my partners at this summit, because all of their lessons can help you a lot in life. So I encourage you to listen and learn from them. My name is Gabriella, and now we start the game, mind game, thought game. Let's play. The first question is, do you know how your mind works? Let's discover together a few rules of the game. But first, let's see what is the difference between the brain and mind. Okay? Now, imagine a computer. The computer is like a box for all the components inside it. Can the box work without all the components in a specific order? Yes, you can use each element with other ones, but you will not have a computer anymore. And yes, it can work without very few elements, but then the computer has fewer options than its potential. For example, the soundboard. The computer works without it, but you can't listen music or movies. I'm sure you know that the core element of the computer is the hard disk, where I recorded the programs that link all the components to make it functional, and where you download the apps you choose or accept. And for simplifying the use of all these programs and apps, the hard disk is divided into parts. One is for the core programs that make the system work, and one is for the programs and apps that already exist, but which you choose if you use it or keep it or delete it. For example, programs like Microsoft or Google with tens of apps included. You choose what you use and what you delete. With so many apps as you download, you know on your hard, you know that your computer is becoming more and more smart for you, isn't it? But does all these apps download by itself? No, fortunately. Then who chooses what apps to download? You. And who says, yes, I accept before any download? You. And who clicks the button to let the apps download to the hard disk? The same, you. And now is the big question. Does your computer turn on by itself? No. It is you who let it shows its potential. There are thousands of apps that exist, but you don't want or need all of them if it doesn't help you to become smarter. You refuse some of these apps from the beginning, but you also accept some of these apps to see if it helps you or not. And sooner or later, you delete those apps when they are not useful anymore. If you don't forget. But what are you doing when you notice that your computer works so hard and slow and seems so heavy? It's cleaning time. Perhaps you already know to clean periodically the hard disk from old or unuseful programs or apps to release space and gain speed. If not, your computer shows you that something doesn't work as should. And what are you doing when you want or need new or more apps or functions from the same computer? Tip. First, clean the hard disk to eliminate the possibility of conflicts with the new ones. And only then upgrade it with what you want at that moment. Your computer has no limits on potential and upgrades. Now let's get back to you. What if I tell you that you are the computer? Your brain is the hard disk. Your mind is the programs that link all the organs of your body to function. And the apps are your thoughts, chose or accepted. And the two parts of the hard disk are the conscious and non-conscious mind, each with different attributions. The conscious mind records and stores the infos from the external world, select, interpret, and accept or refuse them. The non-conscious mind records and stores the core programs, and all the infos received from the internal or external world without exception. No possibility of selection or interpretation. But you too need someone to click on your own button and let you show your full potential. And the same, you have no limits on potential and upgrades. You choose which is the best version of yourself. Does it make sense what I'm saying up until now? Send me some comments to know, okay? Let's see some comments. Great. Let's play a little now. I will tell you, look at your phone. And what are you doing? You look at your phone. But what happens in your brain? Your mind starts to use the programs to identify the phone. And what programs do you have for identifying the external world? You have your sensory system, your 5 basic senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. So you can see your phone with your eyes. You can hear it with your ears if it rings. And you can touch it with your hands, isn't it? You can also smell it if you want. But please, don't taste it even if you can, okay? Now, yes, mission accomplished for your conscious mind. The thing you look at it is accepted as a phone. But how do you know that you look at a phone and not at a book? And how do you know that it is your phone? Let's see. Somewhere in your non-conscious mind, millions of infos confirm to the conscious mind that you look at a phone and it is your phone by the emotions you have for it. And I will give you some numbers to have an idea of the quantity of infos recorded by the sensory system. Pay attention. Are you ready? We have the sensory system, your eyes, ears, skin, taste, and smell. We have total bandwidth in bits by second, and we have conscious bandwidth in bits by second. And now, pay attention. Your eyes has the total bandwidth, 10 millions bits by second. And your conscious bandwidth that record only 40 bits by second. Your ears has total bandwidth 100,000 bits by second, and your conscious bandwidth records 30 bits by second. Your skin has 1 million bits by second as total bandwidth, and your conscious bandwidth record 5 bits by second. Your taste has total bandwidth 1000, and your conscious bandwidth has record only 1 bit by second. Your smell has total bandwidth 100,000 bits by second, and your conscious bandwidth record 1 bit by second. What do you think now about your potential? It's huge. So don't tell yourself that you can't, okay? Now let's talk about how your mind works. And we begin with energy. Maybe you already know that everything in the universe is energy, meaning planets, galaxies, Mother Nature, beings and things, including the space between all of this. Energy just exists, and it can be destroyed, but only transformed, and works following the 7 laws of the universe. Let's talk about how energy works. How does energy work? Simple. It only expresses perfectly and expands abundantly. How does energy express? Well, there is an energy that you can perceive with your sensory system, and your conscious mind interprets and then choose if accept it or refuse. And then is an energy that you can perceive with your non-physical senses. These are energetic states expressed and interpreted by you as emotions. What is emotion? Let's split. Emotion, meaning energy in motion, with unique frequencies and vibrations for each state. For example, we have positive energy, love, happiness, joy, pleasure, and we have negative energy, fear, anger, hate, sadness. Do you recognize these emotions? Imagine yourself surrounded by a thick, invisible coat like Harry Potter has one. It's your energetic field where your sensors transmit and receives all kinds of emotions. Can you use the sensory system of your conscious mind, your eyes, your ears, your skin, to perceive emotions? Nope. Then how do you identify them? Your non-conscious mind, based on the stored infos, identifies the emotion and transmits the energetic answer, and also command to your body how to act. But how does it know what answer to transmit? Oh, for this subject, we need another summit. Let's go back and play with your thoughts. What do you say, okay? And here we talk about expanded energy. Energy waits to be transformed into a physical form and create more and more and more. But it can't transform by itself. Then how can energy expand? Through your thoughts. through your thoughts. Mine too, through mine also. And I give you some numbers again. Are you ready? According to the National Science Foundation, an average person has and processes around 60,000 thoughts by day, meaning 63 thoughts by second in 16 hours a week. Can you imagine? And the speed of thoughts is between 150 to 270 miles per hour. Well, I can't even imagine that. Can you? But of those thoughts, 80% are negative and 95% are repetitive thoughts, meaning the same as yesterday. And if we repeat those negative thoughts, we think negative way more than we think positive. How about that? Not all negative thoughts are bad, because being alive can help you survive. But most negative thoughts are useless, and they only create imaginary drama in your mind. So what can you do? You can choose most of your thoughts. It's a process to learn and practice, of course, but if you train your thinking muscle, like any muscle at sports, you can create your own statistic between positive and negative thoughts. Why can you do this? Because only you know what is in your mind until you don't express it aloud. Only you know what is in your head. Imagine again your invisible code connected with your brain and reading all the infos from your conscious and unconscious mind, meaning all your thoughts and emotions. And its only purpose is to serve you by transforming them into material things and real feelings. But your invisible code knows only to execute without choosing. You choose how you use your power of transforming energy. You are the master, and you choose what thoughts and emotions to transform. Let's see now how you already transformed energy into material things. And we do the process reversal together. And let's go back to your phone, okay? Now, it is your phone. You have it and use it as you want. But it was a time when the phone wasn't yours, even if it already existed in material form. The phone was in the store where you bought it. At a time, you saw the phone and you wanted it so much and searched for solution on how to become yours. But the story of the phone didn't begin at the store, because before it was in a deposit for selling, and before it was at the producer, and before it was on paper as a plan on how to put together all its components, and before it was a project for designers on how to make it look more attractive for you, and before it was a project for engineers that search what best components to put inside to be more useful for you. And with some time before, it was the first generation of your phone. Can you see the process? And if we go back in time, we arrive around the 1800s. 1800s. The concept of the telephone dates back to time of string phone, which has been known for centuries. The classic example is the tin can telephone. It was a children's toys made by connecting the two ends of a string to the bottom of two metal cans, paper cups, or similar items. The electromagnetic telephone originated in 1833 when Carl Friedrich Gauss and Wilhelm Edward Weber invented an electromagnetic device for the transmission of telegraphic signals. Since then, tens of inventors worked to expand the concept of talking at a distance, the original thought. Talking at distance is the original thought. The world's first mobile phone call was made on April 3rd, 1973, when Martin Cooper, a senior engineer at Motorola, called a rival telecommunications company and informed them he was speaking via a mobile phone. Now, after you heard this short story of communication and phone, I bet that you are happy to live in the present moment and you will love your phone more than before. The idea is that everything starts as a thought in someone's mind because of a need transformed in desire. The same is for your pen, the chair on you sit on, or your desk, or with everything. Everything is created twice. First, in someone's thought, and secondly, when it takes physical form. And from there, it expands abundantly in thousands of shapes, sizes, colors, smells, or tastes. Think now of how long it took you from the first thought of having the phone you have now in your hands. But each person has a different time of transforming for the same thought, based on its need, desire, and focus on finding the solution to have it quicker or not. And if you look at these words, need, desire, focus, solution, all are emotions. You think with your mind, but you choose with your thought, with your emotions. Your emotions drive and lead your life. Great, I hope you enjoyed how we played today and the short, long history of your phone. And remember that you choose what thoughts you accept, use, keep, or delete from your life. You need someone to click on your on button and let you show your full potential. You have no limits on possibilities and upgrades to express your potential. You have, keep in mind this, you have the original thoughts for your life. You choose how you use your power of transforming energy. You are the master and you choose what thoughts and emotions to transform. And you choose your needs, desires, and solutions to focus on creating and having quicker the life you want. So I wish you happy choices to live the life of your dream. Goodbye and take care of yourself wherever you are. Bye-bye.
All right, so thank you, Gabriella, for that that presentation. Good job. Shared some really good information there, and again, I hope you guys got that. If you didn't, go back and watch the video again. Also, again, I'll reiterate, if you've got lifetime access by registering for this, go into your portal, and that is there with where you can review it for as often and for as long as you want to, along with all of the other videos. So good job. I just want to say I'm going to take a 15-minute bio break now, right? Give you a chance to get a cup of coffee, get something to drink, get a rest. We'll be back at the top of the hour, so that's 1 o'clock Eastern time with Ronnie. Ronnie Cunningham is going to be speaking live, and he's talking about empathy, connection, and collaboration, and he's going to provide 3 tools to amplify your voice. All right, so that's going to be a great session, and that's coming at 1 o'clock. So again, Facebook world, take a break for a little bit and then look out for the feed coming soon. And we will see you at 1 o'clock. Bye for now.